In this video, we will be going through a quick introduction on Law 121 and some key things that you need to know about the course. We'll talk about what you need to do in order to be successful in the course, how Plusage works, how to calculate your Law GPA, and briefly talk about the test and the exam. There are some basic things that you can do in order to be successful in Law 121. The first being that you attend lectures and tutorials where you can ask your tutors questions to clarify anything that you may be uncertain about. It's also important to do your readings and to review your notes after class to make sure that you've understood what the content of the lecture is about. Joining a study group is also a good idea because you get to talk through the content and clarify concepts with other students. You should also spend time thinking about the bigger picture ideas of the content that you have discussed in class and think about how each part of the course relates to each other. In the test and the exam, you will be examined on your ability to draw all the parts of the course together and to use each part to critique each other. It's also important that you know how Plusage works. Plusage works in the way that it takes the best grade of your test and exam result, so that your final grade is that which is most advantageous to you. Your final grade will either be 20% of your test and 80% of your exam mark, or 100% based on your exam, whichever one is higher. This means that it's important to try your best in the test because it may make up part of your final grade, but also that it's okay for your test to be more of a trial run because there is the possibility that your exam will be your entire final grade. You should also know how to calculate your Law GPA. Your Law GPA is not available anywhere and must be calculated manually. Your Law GPA is the same as your normal GPA except that Law is double weighted. For example, if the following were your marks, then your normal GPA would be calculated by adding up your GPA points where 9 is an A+, 8 is an A, and so forth, and then dividing them by the number of papers. So your normal GPA would be the sum of the 4 papers divided by 4, so that your normal GPA would be 6.25. To calculate your Law GPA, you double weight or double count your law paper. So you would include your law grade twice and then divide the total of the 5 papers by 5, meaning that your Law GPA is 6.0. This is the GPA that they calculate and consider when getting into law school at the end of the year. Finally, I'll briefly talk about the test and the exam. As I said earlier, it's important that you consider the bigger picture ideas and how concepts relate to each other. In the test, you'll be examined on Part A, and in the exam, there are generally 2 questions. In one, you will have to link Part A and E together, and in the other, link Part B, C, and D together. Therefore, it's really important that while you're learning each section, you think about how all the parts are related to each other, and what bigger picture comments you can make about concepts that you learn at the start of the course. In these videos, we'll go through each lecture and clarify content and show you how each part links together, and how you can use each part to critique other parts. Good luck for Law 121. In the next video, we will discuss Lecture 2, Parliamentary Supremacy and the Relationship of Common Law and Statute.